Hey everybody, Lee from Black and White Reviews here. I wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you for checking us out today and viewing this video here. What you're about to see is just a brief discussion on how we felt about this specific subject and topic. If you'd like to hear more of our discussion, where we get a little bit more in depth, you can check us out. Check out Black and White Reviews on any of the podcast platforms, whether it's Spotify or Apple Music, Google Podcasts, you name it. We are up there. Again, we thank you so much for checking us out today, and we really hope you enjoy what you see.
But I watched the episode first, and I was like, like this has nothing to do with the game, and I was super mad. And then, Will, you were like, well, it's actually and you're showing clips. I'm like, where is this?
I sent a bunch of pictures up because you were like, none of this is in the game. You were so angry, and I was like, yeah, well, here, this.
On Saturday.
I mean, down to the masks that they wear.
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
spot on.
Yeah.
And I went to the gameplay and I found the Left Behind. I was like, oh, I'm thinking like it's an additional game. And I'm like, I have to buy another game just for this one little part. Like, I don't want to do this. And it's actually embedded in the game. And
yes.
I played it and I was like, and after I finished the game, I was like, I have a new appreciation for this episode.
Yeah.
Even though there's the quote unquote the relationship, it was a kiss that happened, which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of those things, especially it being a 14-year-old girl they're portraying. That was the biggest thing that I had an issue with.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, are they trying to portray this because of what they did in episode 3 and the guy is just pushing the boundaries? But it was in the game
10 years ago.
And I think 10 years ago, right.
It was in the game 10 years ago.
If they hadn't done episode 3, this part right here probably wouldn't have been such a kick in the teeth for me.
Right.
But other than that, there's so much in the game though. Like when she goes into the electrified water and you have to try to find your way through, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And I wish they showed a little bit more of that, but they didn't. But other than that, fantastic.
The electrified water?
Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
Wow, I forget
in the
that.
game.
I forget this. I forget that completely. Wow.
What?
Yeah, because after she's on her way back and she's in this flooded place and you see stalkers. They're called stalkers in the game. And they're coming after her in this flooded area. And she has to turn this generator on. And she has to siphon a fuel tank. But then what happens is you get the gas, you turn everything on, and then more stalkers are running after you. And then this electric wire falls down into all the water, and it electrifies the water, and like you get scared. Like I jumped.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck? And these things come screaming at you, and then they get electrified in the water, and they die.
Yeah, I don't
So
remember
your
that at
goal
all.
is to now get across and jump across these trucks and get up onto the air duct and walk all the way through. It's how you get out after you get all the stuff from the helicopter. And you have to get your way through, and it's a pretty fun maze to get across. But it was
I don't
enjoyable.
remember that at all. Wow. I
Take
do
an
not
hour and a
remember
half
that
to
at
go play it again.
all.
It's
I might now because I don't remember this at all. I remember everything else. But I don't remember that at all. Wow. So anyways, the episode opens up with Ellie trying to save Joel's life, and Joel pushes her away from him and says, go north, go back to Tommy. Like, he's not wanting her there at all, and she storms upstairs, and she waits for a moment, and then we get the flashback to the Boston QZ, and we see Ellie, who is getting into a fight with a girl over a Walkman. Now, even in, a Walkman?
That's all she's got, man.
I get it, but I'm just saying like even in the game she has a Walkman that she listens to, but I'm just like even in even in 02 or 03 when the world ends, a Walkman is dated. Like it's so bad.
You know what this actually reminds me of, because I just started playing this game again. Well, for the first time I should say, Metal Gear Solid 5. Have you played that? Will, you played that, right, Will?
I am not talking about that game. I'm not talking about that game.
What, because Kiefer Sutherland is Snake? Or...
Yes, it's not. Yes, it's because Kiefer Sutherland is Snake. Okay?
Oh, jeez.
David Hayter is Snake.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
I don't care what anybody says. Kiefer Sutherland, no, absolutely not. That's number one. Number two, that game was billed as this is going to be the bombastic conclusion to the most ridiculous story ever told in gaming, and there's like almost little to no storytelling in that game. It's like, hey, listen to this tape, and listen to these conversations. It's like, this is telling me absolutely nothing. Where's the cutscenes? Where's the dialogue? Where's the quirky one-liners that everybody's supposed to say? You really want to get me on a rant? Ocelot is absolutely neutered in that game. It is horrible. It's so bad. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I'm sorry. You said first time playing it.
You're fine. You're fine.
It,
I played originals. I played Snake. I played the first Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 are three of the greatest. Even 4.
Gas, right? Before he was a Solid.
Even 4 was fantastic. Like, all 4 of those games set new standards for gaming, especially like sneaking games and the way the story is supposed to be told. And then 5 comes out, and it's clear today that Hideo Kojima just wanted to be done with the entire thing and leave Konami. Like, oh, fine, you want to be done, you want to leave Konami, but actually like do the game justice. Don't just like, yeah, slap everything together. Here you go. Here's your sandwich or whatever it is. Goodbye. Have a good one. Oh, and by the way, I'm replacing David Hayter with Kiefer Sutherland. No.
You know how everybody has their expertise and things that they're really obsessed over? Metal Gear is Will's.
I can see that. Well, the only reason why I was bringing it up,
but all my disappointment with that game, I will say this: it is one of the best stealth games you will ever play. It is the standard in what a stealth game should be. It is fantastic.
It's difficult.
It's
the beginning is tough.
Yeah, it gets worse. It gets really bad in some places.
The gameplay is great.
The gameplay is fantastic. The gameplay is fantastic. The stealth missions and everything that you have to do, the way that you can sneak in and out of different zones and whatnot is phenomenal. There's a plethora of supplies and utilities that you can go through to get in and out of certain places. But the story, I give the story an F. Story, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I love that when you grab someone from behind and you're like choking them out. It goes, do you want to choke them out, knock them out?
Yeah.
Do you want to let them go, or do you want to kill them? And I'm like, it gives you all these options.
All these options.
Could, like,
yes.
In the first one, you're like, you choke them out, and then you just knock them out.
He
but
just
what
disappears.
I was going to try to say, the whole Walkman thing, which is where I was going with this. In the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 5, there's a kid. His name is Paz, and he has a Walkman, but he wears the headphones. And when the Walkman was taken from him because they were recording something, he takes the auxiliary cable that plugs into the Walkman, and he has a hole that is buried in his chest, and he plugs it into his chest, and then takes it out and plugs into the. That's how he carries it.
Wait till you get there.
It's ridiculous.
Wait till you get there. Wait till you get to the explanation for all of that. Just wait.
But it had a Walkman in it too.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. We should do an off the cuff just on Metal Gear.
We should.
and let Will just rant
about 5. I could rant for hours about 5. I could lose my mind. Anyway,
let me get into it more, and then we'll rant.
What is it with the number 5 of things? Like, everybody hated Rocky 5 too, with Tommy the Machine Gun. Like, we don't talk about that one. Like, we can talk about anything else. Even Rocky Balboa was better than that. But it's like, yeah, there's something about the 5th movie that's just not good.
Sure.
Attack of the Clones.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
What was Nightmare on Elm Street 5? Was that the Dream Child?
I
that
guess.
Was 4.
I don't know.
No, there was Dream Master. 4 was Dream Master, 5 was Dream Child, 6 was Freddy's Dead.
3 was the Dream Warrior.
Yeah,
that was the best
amazing.
one. That was the best one.
Frank Darabont.
So anyway.